How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Tuesday night special edition of the Good Movie Monday social media videos. Ben's not with us. He is... I'm stuck here. He is stuck in isolation. How you feeling, Ben?
I don't even know. I don't know why I'm here. Why am I on this video? It's just like torture. It's just torturing me.
We are joined by Bel Larcombe, who was on the show on Monday. She's an actress and a producer, and it was good fun. And she's agreed to stick around to do a Twinkie Wiener Sandwich. Filling in for Ben making her debut is my wife, Melissa, who's going to eat one of these on your behalf, Ben.
It's very upsetting.
Don't worry about it. I've tasted one of these little wieners, and they are awful. Like the actual little hot dog from a can. It's disgusting. Now, it's got to be said that cheese from a can is in like complete shortage in Australia. I went high and low. I traveled at least 100 kilometers looking for one of these.
Did you have to go like to USA Foods or somewhere like that?
They didn't have it.
Wow.
And it turns out, like, because that was the last place I checked, that they pretty much, filter it out to everyone else that supplies. So I could have just gone to them first and saved myself the petrol and the trouble. So let's
maybe they hadn't. Maybe one of those other places had an old, out of date version that you could buy.
It probably tastes the same.
So what we did, to be honest with you, we took the Kraft or Bega cheese spread that's the same flavor profile, and we put it through like a piper, and
like
the second
compressor?
it hits the sausage, it melted.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a Twinkie. Let's go, and we're going to also ask Bel some questions while we do this. But here's the reaction. Cheers everyone. Dink. All right.
That is too weird.
I don't hate it.
No, I don't hate it either.
My first.
I don't know. Mel doesn't seem to. Mel doesn't seem to be enjoying it too much.
What do you think, hon?
Use a bit of salt and pepper, maybe.
It is. It's mostly sweet. That's bizarre.
You need to put some tomato sauce on there, man.
That's what she said before.
Yeah.
I think just the cheese and the sausage part. I don't mind.
The sausage? Are you serious? I nearly spewed before when I tasted the sausage.
I'm called slice of salami for a reason, right?
Do you like, Glenn? Do you like? I don't know if they do it anymore. But do you remember when Heinz used to do Franks and spaghetti in a can?
Oh, they're those Franks.
Oh, I love those. They're great.
Yeah, I loved it too.
Yeah, I'd have been all over this.
Oh, mate. Well, I like the Twinkie.
We can trade parts.
The opposite.
Yeah.
You don't have to eat anymore if you don't want to.
That's just weird.
What a debut to make. Eating a Twinkie Wiener Sandwich.
It's like my brain doesn't know what to process with it. It's like my brain's like, no, that's not a flavor we accept.
Yeah. Anyway, I've been waiting 20 years to do that since I first saw UHF, the Weird Al Yankovic film.
Was it worth it?
No. But it must be done. It must be done with you on the desk when we have a proper can of the whipped cheese.
Oh, geez. But do you remember though, like that used to be a real torture when we were kids, and you'd see those movies or you'd like read the back of the comics, and they would have ads for chocolate bars and stuff that we just didn't have here. And it would be like super upsetting that you're like, I don't know, I want a Charlton bar. I want to know what a Three Musketeers.
The SpongeBob Krabby Patty has plagued my brain for years. What does it taste like?
Well, the worst one for us, Ben, would have been the Ruth baby or the Baby Ruth from
the Baby Ruth, or the what are they? The Reese's Pieces from E.T.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we get this shit now, but that was a tough childhood, mate.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for Bel? I do.
I've got some that I hope they're appropriate.
I'll let you know if I change my mind.
Go for it. One at a time. You go first.
Oh no, you go first. I want to make sure. I don't know if I need time to correct just in case I've completely got the assignment wrong.
I'm starting off light. I was just going to ask, what's your favorite and least favorite chip flavor?
Oh, hot chip or cold chip?
Cold, like sandwich.
Crispy. Yeah.
Crisps
Okay.
For the Americans.
Top of the pile: cheese and onion Smith's crinkle cut. I'm very passionate about this. I've gone to battle for the crinkle cut cheese and onion a lot of times in my life. And my least favorite, salt and vinegar.
What?
Wow.
I know. I just don't. It burns the tongue. It cuts the tongue up. I'm booting salt and vinegar.
It's a physical experience.
Yeah, and I don't like it. I think I preferred that to a salt and vinegar chip.
Wow. I was going to say, like, the problem with salt and vinegar is the first half of the bag is excellent. The second half of the bag is a nightmare.
It's not binge worthy. Not binge worthy. All right, you go next.
Okay. TV shows being turned into films or films being turned into TV shows?
Okay, I like it. I think you always want to start with the longer thing first. So book to TV show to movie. Because I find when you go the other direction, it's hard to beef out a story that doesn't exist, but cutting down detail creates so much like inner life and inner world that I like.
Good answer.
Interesting.
Didn't even prep her for that.
No.
We can't answer questions that way.
I was going to say it's much better that my other questions are like it's like do you prefer chicken schnitzel or chicken parma? Like they're that's how.
But they're important questions.
Well, what's your answer?
I say, does mushroom sauce come with it? With the schnitzel, that is.
With the parma?
With the schnitzel.
Oh, I sure.
We make up the rules to this.
You caught him off guard.
Like
I'm going Parma. Parmy is, yeah, I know, as a New South Welshman. But I'm going Parmy or schnitzel with mushroom sauce as the pippa.
Wow. You know what I saw on TikTok of all places? The ultimate way to do a parma, mate. You cook the schnitzel crispy and put that on the plate, but then you cook the cheese on top of sauce and then drape it onto the schnitzel.
Oh.
So it's still brown and bubbly, but you still got a crispy parma.
Heaven.
Yes.
Maybe that will put it at the top of the list.
We need to do a food podcast, Ben. And it'll be all full of Twinkie Wiener sandwiches and salt and vinegar chips.
Yeah, it'd be this or that, and the Twinkie sausage thing would just keep winning and go on to the next episode.
Yeah. I have a question that's a bit of like the chicken and the egg kind of thing, but if you're on an aeroplane, because you travel a lot.
Quite a lot, yes.
You've got the middle seat. Which armrest is yours?
Okay, both. Window seat gets the window and their one armrest. Aisle gets the aisle and one armrest. Middle gets the double.
So is that the ultimate seat, or is it still a shit
No,
seat?
no, window for life, because I'm a big sleeper on planes. I would say this is my very mild superpower, is I can sleep anywhere. If I really had to, I could fall asleep right now, I reckon. It's my power. And so I'm always window because you can lean up against the side really comfortably.
Excellent. It's not about the view?
Not about the view.
Okay.
Those eyes are shut the second I sit down.
Fire away, Ben.
All right. Uncle Jesse or Uncle Joey?
Uncle Joey.
Joey for me too, mate.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you Team Jesse?
Yeah, no, I'm totally Uncle Joey.
Other than like 13-year-old girls, was anybody Uncle Jesse?
I was going to say, if I could be Uncle Jesse, because I always had a major thing for Laurie Loughlin, then that would be fine.
Jailbird Laurie Loughlin.
I don't think anyone wanted to be Danny.
Mm.
No.
Oh, I'd like to be Bob Saget. Well,
Yeah,
not now.
Not now. I'm closer to him than you are at the moment.
It's true. Can't deny it. All right. Best reality TV show ever made.
Okay, so there is a new one, and I started watching it this week, and I am obsessed. It's called Hunted, and basically it's set in Melbourne. And you're watching it?
No, I've been hearing about it.
I started watching it this week. I'm obsessed. So basically, 18 people go out in pairs, and it's can they stay on the run for 21 days. So basically, they have a group of ex-policemen, ex-British intelligence looking up their credit card usage, their phone plans, all that sort of stuff.
Got to evade the law.
And they've got to evade the law. It's genuinely gripping viewing. We've been watching it before bed though, and I get like so wired up and so adrenaline that I'm auditioning next year. That's my life goal now, is to get on this show and win.
This is ridiculous for two reasons. The first one is that clearly Parking Wars is the greatest TV show of all time. But second, because later, when we're supposed to be pitching our reality show ideas, I hadn't heard of this. And one of mine was Bounty Wars, where 6 bounty hunters have to hunt bounties, and it's like it's the great race meets Dog the Bounty Hunter, and now the idea's already been taken.
Well, you add treasure to yours. This one's people running from cops. You know, there's a difference there. There's a point of difference.
But Ben, you could do a show called Bounty Hunter, and it's about going to milk bar trying to find a bounty that's not split into 2 because they don't exist anymore.
No, they're
That's
always.
a I can get behind.
Yeah, totally.
I don't
Bring
know
back
who
the
those.
Milo bars.
Who are those snack size ones for? Like, who eats a snack? Like, no,
Yeah, who folds it over, puts it in their bag, and saves it for later?
no.
Well, we may as well pitch some TV shows. Once again, Bel's a producer, works in reality television, amongst other things, and we're going to pitch some reality shows to her.
Let's go.
And she can take it to the bosses, and, you know, don't take all the credit. Go for it if you want to do another one other than Bounty War.
Yeah. Well, my first one it's called Stripper, and we follow a group of girls as they navigate their first year as strippers.
I would watch that. That sounds great.
I think that'd be a fascinating watch, even if they had to censor all the bits.
There's these documentaries by, I think, maybe Rashida Jones, it's called Hot Girls Wanted, and it's about the amateur porn industry, and I just found it so fascinating. It's a world I know very little about, so I'd be watching that.
The amateur world of pornography is much better than the professional world of pornography.
I've heard that a couple of times.
It's all over TikTok, people. Nearly every single house mum has a fucking OnlyFans page. Not that I know. All right, I want to pitch a show called The Overshots, which is pretty much in the tradition of paramedics, but it follows like Uber drivers from restaurant to door, but then it continues the journey to see how much people overeat. How much of that meal is consumed.
I thought when you said that it was going to be you follow a bunch of Uber drivers and the winner of the show is whoever successfully actually like goes home with their passenger. Because they're always sleazy. The Uber drivers are always sleazy.
I've had some nice ones in my time, you know.
I was an Uber driver once. Sleazy. Very sleazy.
All right, your next one, sir.
My next one, I guess this is, I don't know if this is it's kind of a reality show. It's almost like Scared Straight, that kind of reality show, but it's basic. I haven't come up with a title for it, but it's basically people who have caught and convicted of cyber crimes are forced to teach senior citizens how to use computers in a library. And we just watch that. And they have to try and contain their anger and not kill anyone.
You could call it QWERTY.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, Wisywig.
Yeah. You might have just won the reality show that we're participating in right now, actually.
Yeah.
Greatest pitch ever. I've got one that's a spin-off from The Block, and it's called The Blockage. And it follows plumbers in their race to pull out and extract the biggest fatberg of them all.
Yeah, it's like a hunt.
Because people consistently flush their sanitary items down the toilet and their, you know, whatever stuff that shouldn't be put down the toilet. Coffee beans too, believe it or not.
I like to put all my fat runoff from like cooking into the toilet, just because in the hopes that one day the fatberg will come alive, and I'll be a little part of that. I'll be a little responsible.
That's for Ghostbusters 4. It'll be like the Marshmallow Man. Like
yeah,
that is the fatberg.
Because like the fatberg and the rat king are the two things that I've always wanted to see in real life. A living fatberg and a living rat king. I think that would be a terrible idea for a show.
Awful.
I really like blew my whole wad was really on Bounty Wars. That was the whole. That's all I really. That was all my juice, and the rest is just the dribbles.
I mean, how are these like? You know, you're gonna take these?
Some of these I'm investing in. The plumber one I reckon could be pretty interesting.
How about this one? A spin-off of Survivor, except they've got to survive one of those cartoon islands where it's just one tree, like and that's it, and a bottle.
I'm in.
There we go.
Wilson.
Wilson, you can. That's the what do you call the intruder?
Yes,
the intruder's Wilson.
It was almost like it was a question at the end of that, but you all just stopped talking and looked at me.
It's just, they're just, struck by my genius.
Yeah.
Hey, Ben, I hope you'll feel well soon. Thank you, sir. And Bel, it's been a pleasure having you on the show and on this video. This will end up on TikTok somewhere.
Beautiful. Thank you for having me.
Thank you to my wife, Melissa. Before we came on camera, it must be said that she asked that she not actually participate in anything other than eating of it. So it's not like she was just sitting there, just ignoring the conversation. You didn't want to participate. Don't ask me questions. What's your favorite movie? What movie do you have playing every single night when I come to bed, practically?
Kissing booth.
Well, there's the Kissing Booth and there's Save the Last Dance.
Yes.
Yeah. I sound really patronising right now, but they're shit.
They just put me to sleep. That's why I watch
Yeah, no, I'm similar. Sometimes trash is soothing on the brain.
And right now, what is it? It's that
Virgin River.
Virgin River. Martin Henderson, mate. You and I, mates with him. He loved us.
Best buddies.
All right. We'll see you hopefully on the desk next week, mate.
Fantastic.
Ciao. There we go. Cut. Nice.
Beautiful.
I'll save these for you.
Yeah. They are Twinkies, so if we learned anything from
Zombieland,
World War Z or whatever it is, Zombieland, then we know that they will. What the fuck?
You got a huntsman?
No. Something else. Where the fuck did that
It's a
come
moth.
from? It dropped from the roof.
There's a TikTok moment for you.